It is that time of year again. It's the biggest show of the year. It's the grandest stage of them all. It's the showcase of the Immortals. It is WrestleMania. And man, I'm excited. I think this is one of, if not the best WrestleManias we've had in a very long time as far as on paper goes. A lot of matches can steal the show. A lot of the matches are going to be absolutely fantastic to watch. And yeah, I am absolutely buzzing for it. There are unfortunately some big glaring omissions from this card. Carmelo Hayes, Io Sky, Tiffany Stratton, Julia, Solo Sikoa, all missing the card this year, which is unfortunate, but hopefully they get the card next year. But the matches that we got, some of them are absolutely fantastic. Some ones I'm really looking forward to. Oba and Brock, of course. I mean, arguably the most anticipated match of the whole of WrestleMania. Liv and Stephanie Vaquer. Their match is going to be fantastic. I think that's a real dark horse for a show stealer. Their build has been absolutely fantastic. And of course, the two main events are going to be great as well. As much as one of them is way more controversial than the other, I feel like people are maybe being a little bit dramatic when it comes to the night one main event. The ladder match is going to be great as well as Drew and Fatu. So yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to here. But you're here for some predictions. I'm here to give you those predictions from my account. Yeah, so let's get into them. We're starting with night one. Night one starts off with a 6-man tag team match. We have the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and LA Knight taking on The Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory with I Show Speed. In a match that does feel very put together for this. And you know, I understand the whole I Show Speed thing. It's like, as much as people don't like the whole celebrity involvement, there actually isn't that much when you really think about it. There's been WrestleManias with much more celebrity involvement than this one. But yeah, for me, as far as predictions go, I'm going with LA Knight and the Usos to get the win. I can fully see them getting, I can fully see the Vision and that getting the win. But for me, it's just the fact that the thought of having LA Knight and the Usos lose on WrestleMania, and they kind of deserve this win. I much prefer them. I'm kind of going heart over head on this one. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, either way, I can't imagine whoever wins and whoever loses, their positions on the card are going to change. And I can imagine if the Usos get the win, it will lead to a World Tag Team Championship rematch down the road. As we know, following that is the unsanctioned match between Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, in a match where I hope these two beat the absolute piss out of each other. I'm hoping for blood all over the place. I'm hoping for this, pretty much everything that Priest and McIntyre was last year, and just put it up to level 100 for these two. And just, yeah, I was kind of hoping they might put a Falls Count Anywhere on it. Maybe it will be with it being unsanctioned, but yeah, these guys are going to beat the absolute crap out of each other. I can't wait to see it go down. I feel like it's one of the matches I don't have a massive investment in, but hopefully in ring or just the action overall is going to really help this one become one of the top matches of WrestleMania. But yeah, it's really intense viewed. As far as predictions go, I'm going to go with Jacob Fatu to get the win. I would love for Drew McIntyre to have gone in as WWE champion like everybody else, but I understand why they didn't go with that. And I would love to say that Drew McIntyre is going to win, but Jacob very much needs this win more than Drew McIntyre does if he's going to start going into the main event more challenging for the World Championships. Then yeah, he's going to need to get a big win at WrestleMania. And obviously Drew is in a position now where pretty much win or lose, his position doesn't change. He's still going to be positioned as a top guy. So yeah, it just makes a lot of sense that Drew uses his position to help Jacob in this scenario. After that, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match where AJ Lee is defending against Becky Lynch in a match that actually I have very low interest in. The hype package that they showed on Raw, which I assume is because AJ wasn't there, which, to be fair, if you look at the grand scheme of things, people can say what they want about Roman and Brock not showing up. They've been around a lot more than AJ has, but AJ's so beloved that no one's mentioning the fact that she's just never there. So yeah, for me, I'm backing Becky Lynch all the way here. I genuinely hope AJ doesn't win this match at all. I'm actually considering, or at least if I was going, I would be booing the hell out of AJ. AJ has been nothing but a disappointment since she came back. Yes, people love the nostalgia effect, but the thing is, nostalgia plays a massive part in wrestling right at the minute anyway, with people wanting the Attitude Era back. But no, like, she's barely been around. She shouldn't have won the championship in the first place, and she hasn't earned, unlike a lot of people, her position on WrestleMania. And I generally think that Becky should win the title because we need the title to be around all the time, and because Becky's just the better champion. And what I would love to see post WrestleMania is Becky feud with the likes of Io Sky or Raquel Rodriguez for that championship, and then she can move it on to them, and they can use that win over such a star in Becky Lynch to elevate that championship back to where Lyra and Becky's first reign had it before. So, yeah, for me, I could not be further behind Becky Lynch here, and yeah, I'm very disappointed with how how her run and return has been overall. After that, we have the Irresistible Forces in Nia Jax and Lash Legend defending the Women's Tag Team Championships in a Fatal 4-Way match, facing Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, and the Bella Twins, as far as we know. As far as right now, today when I'm recording is Tuesday, the Bellas are still in the match. It wouldn't shock me, due to the fact that they haven't announced Io versus Asuka, that maybe the Bellas get taken out on Friday, and then it ends up being the Kabuki Warriors that take the spot, but well, I mean, that's the rumour anyway, because Nikki isn't healthy for this match, apparently. But no, as far as that doesn't really affect my prediction. So for me, this, and like I explained on the Steel Seats Number podcast yesterday when it came out, it's a case of if Lyra and Bayley weren't in this match, this would have the least amount of investment with me. And yeah, I pretty much hate the other three teams that are in this. I hate the Irresistible Forces. I hate Charlotte and Bliss a lot. And the Bella Twins are just crap all the time anyway. Even if the Kabuki Warriors win, I'm not a big fan of the Kabuki Warriors. I think they're kind of a boring team now. So yeah, for me, I'm going with heart over head with this one as well, and I'm actually backing Bayley and Lyra Valkyria to get the win here. And I know that Lyra got a win on Raw, which would suggest that it's like the bad omen of winning before the main event, or before WrestleMania. But yeah, for me, as I said, I just feel like they might put the titles on. I think it's going to be Lyra and Bayley or the Bella Twins, and I'm praying that they don't put the titles on the Bella Twins. But yeah, for me, I'm going heart over head here. I feel like the match is going to be good just because it's like once it all breaks down and we stop concentrating on who the legal competitors are, this will just be a fun match of just 8 women just beating the crap out of each other. But yeah, for me, I'm going to go Lyra and Bayley. I know it's a bit of a risky prediction, but you know, I'm going to back my preferred picks, and yeah, I'm backing them just because I want them to win so badly. So that we have one of the matches I am the most excited about, which is Gunther versus Seth Rollins, the fight for who is the best wrestler in the world. And yeah, I absolutely love this. I've been wanting these two to fight each other, with Gunther being as Gunther. I know they've had a match where Rollins was facing Walter when he was in NXT UK, but no, for me, this could not come at a better stage. It's fantastic these two are actually going to get to fight each other at WrestleMania. And yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins to get the win, because I feel like he is going to be heading towards the World Championship once again after WrestleMania, as well as feuding with, I assume, a returning Bron Breakker. Though it wouldn't surprise me if Gunther got a win here either. Obviously, they're trying to do the career killer thing. Rey Mysterio politicked his way out of a retirement match here. So yeah, I feel like if they put Gunther and Rollins back on the track for the World Heavyweight Championship, Rollins might be able to steal a win from Gunther. Maybe they can have a rematch at Backlash or at Clash in Italy. But no, I feel like this is going to be one of, if not the best match of the weekend. You know, these are the two best in-ring male superstars on the entire roster. There's no way this match doesn't deliver. But yeah, either way, I think both men are going to win in the grand scheme of things, but I've got Rollins to get the win at WrestleMania. Following that, another match that the build has been absolutely fantastic for is Stephanie McCurr defending the Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan. And yeah, when Liv won the Rumble and chose Stephanie, I was a bit worried that they were just going to have a typical Royal Rumble winner, face as champion, they'll just do some promos, do a couple brawls, that'll be it. Forget that. These two have beaten the absolute piss out of each other. And like, not just like, oh, they're just in lots of brawling. No, as in, it looks properly real. Like, I know it's like, that sounds stupid in the wrestling terms, but every brawl they've done, they have gone all out, and it has been fantastic. And my investment in this has gone up like massively since the match was announced. And yeah, I'm genuinely looking forward to this. I'm a bit annoyed in a way that Raquel didn't get added to this match, or they didn't find a way to add Raquel, but actually with how the feud has ended up, I kind of like it how it is now. But yeah, I feel like Raquel could have quite easily been added in here, but maybe though, if I'm predicting Liv Morgan to get the win. So should Liv Morgan win this match, I feel like a Raquel Rodriguez turn or a Liv Morgan betrayal of Rodriguez will end up being one of the big women's feuds of the summer. So that's what I'm hoping for anyway. But yeah, for me, I feel like this is a very underrated match in ring wise. I feel like this is going to be one of the better matches of the weekend, but not enough people are talking about how good it's going to be. But yeah, as I said, for me, I've got Liv Morgan to become the new women's world champion. But yeah, I can't wait to see how this match plays out. And in the main event of night one, we have Randy Orton challenging WWE Champion Cody Rhodes with Pat McAfee in his corner. Now, the Pat McAfee thing, it has caused all kind of controversy, like all over the place with WWE, and I think that people are looking way too much into this. I think this is a simple case of they had an issue where Randy Orton was going to be way over-cheered than Cody Rhodes going into WrestleMania, and it won't be the first time this has happened at WrestleMania, but they decided to kind of do some damage control with this. And yeah, they brought in Pat McAfee, which means Randy Orton is going to get booed out of the building at WrestleMania because Pat will be with him. And then Cody Rhodes will get cheered, which is what they want in the main event of WrestleMania, especially when it comes to Cody Rhodes. Because Cody Rhodes is getting booed a lot less on TV now. And yeah, maybe the fans will still boo Cody a little bit, but it won't be as heavy as it was like when this match was first billed and just after Elimination Chamber. So I think that the thing to put Pat behind Randy has actually worked out well, and the people that are looking too far into it, WWE are just laughing at you guys because you guys have gone way too much into it, and I don't think it's going to play as much of a part in this match that I think you think is going to. I don't think Pat's going to get physically involved. He might distract Cody a couple times to help Randy Orton get the advantage back. I don't think it's going to be a WrestleMania 40 type situation where Pat's just getting involved willy-nilly. I think it's just going to be a good manager, and I think they're actually going to continue this partnership post-WrestleMania, probably going into the summer and probably end it around SummerSlam. So yeah, I feel like, you know, this is going to be a great match no matter what. I have no doubts of the fact that Cody and Randy are going to absolutely tear the house down when it comes to the WrestleMania main event. I just don't think Pat's going to get involved as much as people think. And yeah, I think this was a good way to make people cheer Cody and boo Randy, and that's all it was. My prediction for the match is going to be that Randy Orton gets the win here, and I think he does walk out as the 15-time WWE champion. I think Pat does help him get the win, but just as I do think he's going to help him get the win, but not as like he's not going to be as involved in the match. I hope that will make sense. But yeah, it makes the most sense. Like Cody, I know we've seen multiple times as world champion. I don't really want Randy Orton to be WWE champion in 2026, but I feel like there's a lot more people that Randy can feud with around the championship, like maybe Drew McIntyre again, but to be honest, I don't want to see Randy versus Drew again. But also, and more importantly, Jacob Fatu could definitely be a good person to put the title on after Randy Orton, and then yeah, you can use Randy Orton's stature within WWE, have Jacob beat him, and then Jacob becomes a certified main eventer. So yeah, I feel like Randy Orton could just put over more people as champion than probably Cody can at this point, just because Cody's been champion for so long. So that's why I've got Randy Orton to get the win. Moving on to night two, and we start off with, there's no argument's sake here, the most anticipated match of WrestleMania. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. The Ruler versus the Beast. And man, I am so excited for this match. I can't wait to see how it goes down. Do I think there's a chance that Brock Lesnar gets the win here? Absolutely. Obafemi has gotten the best of Brock Lesnar so many times. I'm very surprised that Obafemi didn't get dropped by Brock Lesnar last night on Raw. I know it wasn't last night when this video comes out, but I'm recording it on Tuesday, as I've said. But this last week on Monday, Oba went head-to-head with Paul Heyman on microphone, and he absolutely killed it. I loved Oba's promo after this last promo before the match, and yeah, I was even more hyped up after the promo. So yeah, for me, as I said, probably the most anticipated match of the weekend by far. Definitely the one I'm looking forward to the most. As far as the winner goes, you just can't not back Obafemi. Obafemi is the absolute right person to win this match. Brock has already put him over so many times in the build. To have him win at WrestleMania, especially with this probably being Brock's last WrestleMania, to have Oba get the win here would be massive for him. It, more or less for me, puts him straight in the main event scene, straight world title ready if he does get the win over Brock Lesnar. And yeah, I'm backing Oba all the way. It wouldn't shock me if Brock got a win here, and it would be a bit of a shame, but yeah, Oba all the way for me. Following that, we have the Intercontinental Championship 6-pack ladder match, where we have Penta defending against Rey Mysterio, the Crook. JD McDonough, Rusev, Dragon Lee, and Javon Evans in what will be a fantastic match. I don't think it's going to quite steal the show because there's a lot of great matches that will steal the show. But it's still going to be very good. I'm glad that people that are regular on main event are actually getting a spot on WrestleMania, but it does make you feel bad for the glaring omissions when it comes to people who missed WrestleMania. But as far as like, for me, again, it's a very much case of the process of elimination. I don't think Dragon Lee is going to win the match. I don't think Rusev is going to win the match. And I think it's... I know that JD McDonough isn't going to win the match, but I feel like he is a dark horse to win it. I feel like if you want to go for a shocking champion, and maybe one that only... They do like what they did with Zack Ryder, where they have one person win it, and then like the next night on Raw, they have someone else win it back. JD McDonough is kind of a good person for that. There's always the risk of Rey Mysterio winning this kind of match. I would hate it with everything I'm worth. I would come on here and I would say probably the worst stuff about him if he won this match. I just genuinely, I don't even want to consider that he would win, even though I know there's definitely that element where, because he's in his last year probably, they might want to give him that Intercontinental title run one more time, and I would hate it with everything I'm bloody worth. But then it comes to the two favourites, in my opinion. Javon Evans, I feel like he definitely could win the match. He definitely should be considered, and if he's probably going to be a lot of people's pick to win the match, which I fully understand. He'd be the youngest Intercontinental Champion of all time, and yeah, he is fully deserving of that spot as well. He has been just fantastic all year round, probably since Stand and Deliver last year. He has been absolutely fantastic. But I think they're going to keep the title on Penta. My prediction is Penta wins this match. He is almost like, his wheelhouse is the ladder match. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't get maybe a Vikingo or a Rey Fenix added to the match, rather than that bastard Rey Mysterio. But yeah, for me, I just feel like they're going to... Penta is so over right now that keeping the title on him makes the most sense. He's arguably, like, other than Javon, the biggest star on this show. And obviously Rey Mysterio's on it, but I don't like Rey Mysterio, so fuck that guy. So the two favourites are Javon and Penta. I'm choosing to keep... I think they'll keep the title on Penta. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if John Evans got the win. And unfortunately, it wouldn't surprise me if Rey Mysterio got the win as well, as disappointed as I would be. Moving on to one of the more controversial builds to a match on the show, we have Sami Zayn defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams in a match that definitely should involve Carmelo Hayes, and should definitely not have Sami Zayn in it, because Carmelo Hayes should be defending against Trick Williams, or should be at least be a triple threat match. But yeah, this was very disappointing as far as build goes. People are finally starting to see what I see in Sami Zayn, which is someone who just steals moments from people, and as much as he thinks he's going to win the big one, he is just a massive bomb. And yeah, I could not have been more unhappy with the fact that Sami Zayn got the win and got the United States Championship, when Carmelo Hayes has done more than enough to not only earn his spot at WrestleMania, but like became one of the best wrestlers on the roster currently, where he's wrestling just fantastic matches all week. Every week. Not only that, but Ilya Dragunov should have been added to this match as well. I know that he's not had the best few weeks, but again, he's someone who has more than done enough to earn his place onto WrestleMania and got the United States Championship to a point where it feels prestigious again. So yeah, very disappointed that Ilya and Carmelo didn't get onto the card and didn't get into this match specifically. As far as this match goes, give the title to Trick. It's very simple. People are calling for a double turn here, which is actually very hard to pull off, but I feel like, you know, Trick and Sami could definitely do it. But yeah, Trick is so over. There was an episode of Raw, like maybe a month ago, when people were just chanting for Trick. He wasn't even on the show. He wasn't even advertised for the show. They were just chanting for Trick, just for the sake of it. That shows just how over this guy is. And yeah, for me, put the title on him have a pretty decent run as champion, and people are going to love it. He's going to become even more over. And also, fuck Sami Zayn. After that, we have one of the more easier predictions of the card. Probably the easiest prediction of the card, to be fair. We have Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. And I don't really feel like we need to go through like the year plus build that they've had, even though it's been absolutely fantastic and the way things were done were great. And it's a massive shame that Dominic Mysterio is going to get screwed over on WrestleMania again. But there is no way they're going to have the Demon lose on pay-per-view again. Like, if they return the Demon here and he loses, get rid of it. There's no point in it ever coming back again. I know people are annoyed that they pre-announced the Demon. I kind of get it to a point. And also, I have absolutely zero investment in the Demon or Finn Balor, so I couldn't care less that they announced it early or whether they announced it on the night. I probably would have popped a little bit if they'd announced it on the night, as like, this is a really cool thing. But yeah, for me, there is absolutely no doubt in the fact that Finn Balor gets a win here, which is annoying because it doesn't feel like Balor's actually going to go anywhere post this match. Dominic might even get further up the card than Balor does with a loss, but yeah, it's kind of this situation where if the Demon loses, there's going to be an uproar if the Demon gets a loss here, so of course he's going to win. Following that, we have probably the match I'm most concerned about as far as quality of wrestling goes, which is Rhea Ripley challenging Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. And yeah, this is a simple case of how well can Rhea carry Jade through a match. And I believe that Rhea could very easily do it. Rhea's very good in the ring. Probably not as good as some of the other people that are missing the card. Sky. But Cargill just isn't as good as I think people were hoping. She isn't as, like, her AEW run was good because they were not squash matches, but they were short matches. This isn't going to be the case here. I'm not saying it's going to go massively long, but it's probably going to be one of the longer matches of Jade's career. And yeah, it's going to be a case of Rhea kind of doing all the work here to put Jade over. But as far as the predictions go, again, heart over head here. I'm going with Rhea to get the win here because they need to get that title off Jade Cargill. We know that Rhea Ripley can, defend the championship regularly, has a pretty much a clear path as far as like opponents go for SmackDown because she hasn't been on SmackDown in years at this point, so she has a plethora of opponents that she can face, and it'll be kind of new matches, apart from Charlotte. But, you can have her face the likes of Cargill in a rematch. Tiffany Stratton, I think, will be a great match. Julia, Chelsea Green, all those kind of people that are missing Mania, but could challenge Rhea for the WWE Women's Championship going forward. And yeah, it just makes the most sense. You're going to give the championship a bit more relevancy post-WrestleMania. You need to have Rhea win this match, and that's what I think they're going to do. And finally, in the main event of WrestleMania as a whole, in the main event of Night 2, we have Roman Reigns challenging CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And yeah, this absolutely, hands down, should be the main event. As far as match quality goes, I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic match. I feel like the emotions of the match, the storytelling of the match, the build up to the match, I think all of it has been absolutely fantastic. These two can absolutely go in the ring. We saw that at WrestleMania last year when they had Seth Rollins involved, and they had probably one of the better matches of WrestleMania overall, probably the best match of last year's WrestleMania. So yeah, I have no doubt this is going to be a great match. As far as the winner goes, a lot of people are backing Roman Reigns here. They're kind of fed up with seeing CM Punk as champion. They think that bringing Roman back into a championship status will help the company. I could not agree less. Putting the title back on Roman would be a massive mistake, because you know that 2 weeks after WrestleMania, he's not going to be around anymore. He'll be at the Raw after WrestleMania, probably. I'd like to think so, anyway. But 2 weeks after WrestleMania, 3 weeks, 4 weeks after WrestleMania, Backlash, he's not going to be there, is he? We know this. Whereas we know Punk will be there. We know that Punk's going to show up. We know he's going to have a good feud with somebody. We know he's going to have a good match with somebody. So why not keep the title on him? As far as like, but the world title needs to be seen as like the top title, so you give it to Roman. This is CM Punk we're talking about. This isn't just a nobody. He's the best in the world. It's just silly the fact that people think it's still it's still a secondary title, which it isn't. It's quite clearly on the same level as the WWE Championship as far as current time goes. Yes, the history isn't there, but no one said anything about that when Big Gold was being defended against, like, when the WWE Championship was on, like, the likes of when it was on Triple H and it was on Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle, and even further on when guys like Christian, Randy Orton had it and it was CM Punk and John Cena. And all these other times between all that, when Batista had it and John Cena had it and all that kind of stuff, like, people didn't care whether it was a top belt or not a top belt. It was just, these are the two world championships and these two are going to have the biggest matches on the card because they're the world championships. So yeah, for me, very simple. The title needs to stay on CM Punk because it's going to be better off on CM Punk because we don't need Roman Reigns as champion again. And yeah, I've got CM Punk all the way. It's very much, again, heart over head, but yeah, for me, I would be incredibly disappointed if Roman Reigns walks out as world champion when it comes to the end of WrestleMania. So those are my predictions for WrestleMania 42. Do put down in the comments below what your predictions are. Very curious to see what people have got and which matches you guys are most excited for. For me, You know, Ober and Brock is probably the most. I'm looking forward to the two main events. Stephanie and Liv is one I'm looking forward to as well. Drew and Jacob's going to be fantastic. The ladder match is going to be great. There's a lot of good matches. And you know what? I would say, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me here, on paper, this card is like one of the best WrestleManias we've had in a very long time. As far as, like, I know that some matches they won't deliver and it'll be fine, and it might not be from a quality-wise when it's all said and done. But on paper, going into this is one of the biggest WrestleManias we've had, and I can't wait to see this go down. I genuinely am buzzing for all of it. But yeah, do stick around. There will be individual reviews for night 1 and 2 like there was last year. So I'm doing night 1 on the Monday following WrestleMania, and then night 2 will be on the Tuesday, and then yeah, I was going to say Stand and Deliver will be after that, but we've already had Stand and Deliver. Still in the head version of the Stand and Deliver being on the same weekend. But yeah, also on the channel throughout the weekend there is on, I believe on Saturday, is my ranking of the best WrestleManias of the past 25 years. So ranking from 25 to number 1. And yeah, I think number 1's fairly obvious, but I think the least ones, number 25 to 20, I feel like might surprise some people. So do look out for that, as well as on the Sunday I have my top 42 WrestleMania matches coming out. So you'll be able to see what my favourite WrestleMania matches of all time are. So do stick around, do subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're about 70 something, 60 something off right now. So do subscribe, do stick around. I would muchly appreciate it if you subscribed. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.